Hello everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic, back again with Andrew, back again with Ross, back again with 9 pitches for Backlash en français.
Oh, oui, oui.
Oh, oui, oui.
Chanté.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it because it's very much one of those B pay-per-views, but in a unique atmosphere. The crowd should hopefully be really hot for it.
Yeah, they will. Starved of the action over in La France. Butch is not on the card, which is a shame.
Yep.
Because of the chants and whatnot. Baron Corbin is not on the card. You see the reaction he got when he went to France last time?
I sure
they
did.
went mad for
Really?
Baron Corbin.
Radio rental.
But apart from that, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be under 3 hours. It's gonna be. I don't know. It's a bit predictable, is it?
I think that's what Jack's sort of alluding to there. I think yes, it's a predictable card. So maybe you're not necessarily excited for that. Excited just for the crowd though.
For the banter.
Because the crowd at the Puerto Rico one last year at Backlash, amazing.
Yeah,
like
really,
genuinely really made the show. So
French?
I'm hoping it's French.
The French people a bit more reserved?
No, I don't reckon so.
No, they'll be smoking tabs indoors.
Yeah.
We're too good for this wrestling. Yes, we've got 9 lovely pitches for you all. We'll go around in a circle, Ross, then Andrew, then myself, 3 times, and we'll be left with 9 lovely pitches. But remember, the golden rule, ce n'est pas ce que nous pensons qui va arriver, c'est ce que nous voulons qu'il arrive. Oh, Jesus, it went so badly. I've never done a French lesson in my life. I did German.
I got A, B, GCSE at French.
Very good.
I can't remember.
I
what
memorised the speaking part of it in the shower.
W.
That's-
Bibliothèque. Jambon.
Uber die Brücke.
Okay.
That's German for over the bridge.
Oh.
Yeah. Did a bit of German, did a bit of Spanish.
Quite good, that. I quite like that.
0 French for me, so I'm at a loss.
Zero French?
Before we begin, do you reckon Owens and Zayn might do a bit of French to pop the crowd?
Oui.
Right. Tom Campbell pitched a Rene Dupree. Oh, God, have I spoiled anything? No!
I dislike this video series now.
I'm so sorry.
Dislike this video series now.
Have you done
I
one as
will.
well?
No, I've not mentioned Renee. Big fan, obviously. Big fan, because he hates JBL.
Should we
from
go
back
with
in the day.
Andrew first?
Yeah, go on, get your Renee
I'll
Dupree
give
one
her
out of
a-
the way.
Well,
So
this was going
sorry.
to be my last one,
I've
and it's
ru-
my silly one.
Oh, well.
Well, actually, maybe I'll get the silly one out of the way. We do this then first, right? It's fine. This is going to be
Ruin
the
this
final one,
series.
everyone.
Oh, sacrilege.
Illusion is ruined. It's my
No,
shortest
no.
one, so it's all right. So I even said
Sorry.
a bit of a silly one. Tee now. I can't believe this. It's all been ruined for me. So A-Town Down Under beat the Street Profits to retain their tag team championships this Friday on SmackDown. Oh,
Magnifique.
don't act surprised, Jack. You ruined it. And because Europe and the international live events really love it, at Backlash we get a wonderful Grayson Waller effect segment, right? So of course the tag champs come out and they tell the audience that whilst these segments are usually reserved as a means to speak with guests, instead they're just here with reason to celebrate after not only being presented with the brand new WWE tag team titles, but also are fresh off a successful defense of those said straps too. They came to France to celebrate their victory in search of the finest champagne, coffee, grapes, breads and cheeses. And actually, that's why they wanted this segment in the first place, to talk about how utterly disappointed they are with everything since they've arrived. There's been no red carpet rolled out for them. The bread here can't even compare to that from Subway. And my goodness, what does a person have to do to get a good old slice of real American cheese around here? Boom! They heal it up like no one's business until the most important person in all of French history appears. That would be
Laurent Robert.
Rene Dupree, everyone. Oh, surprise. Oh, the pop, understandably, is immeasurable. Nobody's day is ruined. Apart from mine. He comes out, defends the honor of France, but of course the heels retort with the usual, well, there's 2 of us and only 1 of you, to which Dupree rebuttals. Who says I'm alone, mon frère?
Okay.
As France's own Baron Corbin makes his way down.
I was waiting for Sylvain Grenier to get one.
No.
He used to be a hairdresser, now he's French.
No, he's French. It's France's own Baron Corbin makes his way out to what will forever be lauded in wrestling history as the biggest televised pop known to man. Corbin and Dupree beat up the tag champs. End of days, French tickler. It's delightful.
Is Fifi there?
Fifi is there as well.
Oh, yes. It's a yes from me.
It's
Thank
a yes
you.
from me as well. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry.
So sorry.
Don't worry. Can't believe
it's
it.
a yes from me. We've got off to a bad start.
No,
That's
we
my-
haven't.
No, it's
We
a
haven't.
big, yeah. Getting Baron on the cord's essential this weekend.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm surprised he's not.
Wait, what's with his? Why is he?
I don't know. If you type his name in
So-
on Twitter, Jill, there are videos of the Baron Corbin pop. We will be able to
I
show them
was-
because it's fan footage.
I was-
It's unbelievable.
Reading about this, and apparently, I don't know if this is true, but I think there was like groups on
He's just
social
typed Baron
media.
Corbin in.
Put
He's just typed
France
Baron
in.
Corbin into Twitter. What's he doing?
There you go.
There,
That's the
it's
one, that's the
actually
one.
there. That's
Oh.
it. They love it.
Listen to this.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Jack.
so- whoa.
Listen to this. Unbelievable scenes for Baron Corbin in France. I think this is last year, or was it 2022 potentially?
Bro. I think it might have been.
Oh, the
You
videos.
22?
Yeah, maybe last year. Listen to this.
Big. Yeah. There we go.
Throw up the ones for Baron Corbin, baby.
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
They do speak differently to us.
They do.
I wonder why. That's lovely.
So Baron Corbin, I think what I was reading was, and I don't know if this is true or not, maybe I've just completely misremembered, but I think there was like some groups on socials that had gotten together to say we need to band together to chant for just one specific wrestler really loudly.
Okay.
I think previously, as you said, it was for Pete Dunne, and then I think Baron Corbin, he wasn't on the card, so it was Baron Corbin's time to get cheered, and therefore he had a big old.
Who's it going to be
pop
this
for him.
time?
I'm trying to look at the
Baron
card.
Corbin
See
again.
who like the lowest ranked person is on the card. Like the bit of the butt of the joke. Because it's just a stellar card from top to bottom. In terms of like the names involved, probably Tamatonga.
Tamatonga.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's coming hot. He's coming hot.
He's in a
though.
super serious Zaddy match, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Ross will go. I mean, we'll go to you next.
Oh, we're going like that. My
we
God.
Well, yeah, because unless you want to go last.
You go. You
All
go
right.
next. Yeah, just to keep the circulation of this
Oh, I
going.
like it.
Show's called Takeover, right? But it's not Seth Rollins. Liv Morgan pops out of a production crate by the side of the stage or something. She's all wild and evil. Can you imagine her going like,
And she starts singing American, whatever they're called.
American woman.
Your favorite NXT theme. I can't remember who the.
wild and young, American
yeah,
Bad.
but wild and evil.
Yes. She scurries down to the ring. Don't know how I put that. She's little and evil. And grabs a mic and says, oh, I see. We've got Cody Rhodes defending his title on the show. Bayley defending her title. Damian Priest defending his title. There's only one world champion not here. And I think it's because she's scared. Adam Pearce interrupts from the stage and says, whoa, Liv, I appreciate your passion, but let's remember that you injured our last champion. Liv's like, yeah, well, she injured me first. Oh, dear. Yeah. I can imagine her going like she's silly, isn't she?
She is silly.
Yeah. Pierce gets angry and orders Liv out the ring, but he's interrupted by time to play the game. Triple H comes out on the mic and says, okay, Liv, you feel like you deserve a title shot? Why not prove it right here, right now? Liv says, fine, bring it on. In fact, why not make it a no DQ match? Because I think Liv's really good in no DQ match. Triple H is like, ooh, well, I know who I've got lined up for such an occasion. And are you sure you want to do that? Liv's like, yes, this is the Liv Morgan revenge tour. Triple H says, okay, you asked for it. Your opponent is this woman. Io Sky's music hits, and we see her on the Tron, eagerly making her way through Gorilla, grabbing a trash can nearby, and she's all hyped up to go. She and Liv have a blistering hardcore match in which Liv ends up taking several big bumps, one off the apron through a table, and also a moonsault from Io onto one of the announce tables. I don't think it would break, but maybe would look even worse if it didn't. It would be like, oh, wow. Io rolls Liv back in the ring and grabs a kendo stick. She twirls it eagerly, beckoning for Liv to get back to her feet. Liv gets up, Io swings, but Liv catches it and rolls her into a chokehold with the kendo stick for assistance. Io struggles and doesn't want to give up, but fades and is eventually rendered unconscious. Liv is exhausted, but celebrates. We cut backstage and see Triple H exchange a look with Pierce and Gorilla, like, yeah, it's interesting. That's it.
I thought you were building up a Becky Lynch appearance there.
I thought you were building something with Dom maybe as well.
Oh, that can wait.
Oh, that can wait.
I've
Okay,
seen on Raw.
long-term
I've seen
story,
on Raw.
long-term storytelling. I get it.
No, I don't know if Becky's actually on the show.
No, she's not.
She's not.
As far as at the time of recording. But I just thought we need to keep Liv, because I was quite disappointed when she didn't win the belt on Raw. But I've realised that over the past however many years, she's always finished second in the Rumble, maybe a couple of times, second in the Elimination Chamber, second in the Battle Royal for the belt. So she's going to get angrier and angrier, and I think this is a good way to keep her in the title picture. And I think by the time Rhea's ready to come back, Liv should be the champion.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
And
agree.
we should get Rhea versus Liv, and at some point, Rhea versus Dom. where she can just batter him. Yeah, it'd be good.
For cheating on her.
Well, allegedly.
Well, I'm
Dirty
excited
man.
to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Of course you would be.
Oh,
You
no,
dirty
no,
man.
Wait, stop.
I want them to lick
I'm
their
thinking-
fingers and look at each other.
Stop it. I'm thinking that Dom is
All they're
using
teaming
Liv.
together in this event, aren't they? Bianca and
They are.
Jade, yeah.
Stop it. And maybe I
they're
have a
in the-
pitch for it as well.
They're near the city of love. They're not in it, but they're near it.
No, never mind. I think that Dom is maybe like trying to use Liv to get them on their side, so then when Rhea comes back, Dom can like feed Liv to Rhea, but
You think
then,
that's what's going to happen?
but then I think it's gonna like double cross almost.
You're
And
too
then-
pure of mind, Andrew.
and then-
They were knocking boots in that locker room on Monday.
What?
They were knocking boots.
He's also started to look more like Eddie Guerrero,
He has.
who was in character, a Lothario.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, maybe then.
You
Yeah.
see Ray call out his own son's mustache.
Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah,
Dirty
what's that?
What
Sanchez.
does a dirty
it's
Sanchez
more of a
mean?
jackass
It
man.
the
means
jackass thing.
a poo mustache there, Andrew.
Ah.
You get a piece of poo and you wipe it across an unconscious person's face.
An unconscious person.
Well, unconscious
Okay.
or sleeping, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
is
I
it
think
South
so.
Park? Is it in South Park?
No,
or
Dirty
something?
Sanchez.
Yeah, but they do it in South Park, I think.
No, I can't remember that
I
episode.
don't know.
I can't remember.
Right.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wee thing. Is that when they cheese? Is that what they call it? Where they huff wee? Is that a thing? I don't know if that's South Park or not.
Anyway, that's my pitch there. It's quite a simple one, but
I like it.
Thank you.
It's good. Harcom, it's taken me back to last year with Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. And if we,
Oh.
in terms of the match stipulation. So if we could
Yeah,
add,
right.
and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So
It
if we
was a
can
lot
have
of fun.
more of that, then yes, please.
Yeah, I remember that after that event on the next episode of the podcast when we all pointed at the sign, Matthew made us go Shambea, holla, like Damien Priest theme. And I still sometimes think of that moment and cringe because I really wasn't comfortable. We weren't cool enough to pull it off.
Yeah, we were.
But you did it.
Don't know.
See, that's from me. I like
Thank you.
the character development for Liv Morgan.
Good. Ross, your first pitch, please.
I'm going to do my worst one first, what I think's my worst one, then build my way up, because as the last video described, I just don't know the audience in here. I was getting yeses when I thought I was getting no's.
Oh,
Yeah, don't remember? Not member.
It's true.
So we get one of those video packages where the superstars of the WWE are enjoying their trip to Lyon by doing things that only people in Lyon can do. Otis is filmed taking in the sights and the smells of the Bastille Notre Dame de Foivre. The Final Testament are basking in the Musée du Cinéma et de la Miniature. Tiffany Stratton is on a shopping trip at Le Hall de Lyon de Paul Boscus. R-Truth has gone to a zoo in America to look at the lions. But in the background of one of these segments, I'd like to see the most scandalous storyline in wrestling today ramped up several notches. While Braun Strowman is at the Museum of Fine Arts in Lyon, I want to see Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio walk in the back of the shot, very subtly, but I want to see them holding hands. Like they're a
Dirty boy.
couple on a secret holiday in the city where the place they work has a show. Oh. When the mammy's away, Dom's at play. That's the end of the pitch.
Oh.
That's all that needs to be done.
It's a yes, it's a massive yes for me, especially if it's not referenced directly on the show.
No,
So,
no,
yeah,
no.
Oh, it's a yes.
Do they?
no.
Are they candidly like? They don't see that they're being filmed.
Correct.
Or do they see that they're being filmed? And
No,
they're
they
like,
don't.
Get that out of my face.
Just like when they walked out the locker rooms after knocking boots.
Oh, I don't know. if
They don't
knocked
know the
them
cameras are
out.
They
there.
were certainly having some sort of secret clandestine the secret meeting.
It's a secret meeting.
I think they're having at least a secret meeting.
I think it was a secret meeting.
Could have been either. Stop rubbing your thighs.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm rubbing my. I don't know why I'm
meeting.
Someone might have mentioned knocking boots, and we know what you're like.
I think I'm rubbing my thighs. I don't know. My
Okay.
hands just need to do something. You know.
I'm so sorry that this has become a
I
running
can't
joke.
believe this.
on the
I'll
thing.
keep them
Don't worry.
here.
Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good.
at all times.
So yeah, it's a yes from his big yes.
So yeah, it's a yes from me as well.
It's a short one, but whoa.
I like
dear
it.
me.
Oh,
We're going to pieces in this one, Joel. I don't know what's going on.
Crazy lads, eh?
Yeah. Andrew.
Yep.
Your second pitch, please.
I think I'll leave my big one for last.
Okay.
I'll go for what I think is maybe one of my weaker ones, and it's to do with things that happen at Backlash, but I've kind of gone a little bit further ahead to move things along.
I dropped my Fanta fruit
You
twist
be-
all over myself.
You be careful. So the women's tag team title match, the Kabuki Warriors defending against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Careful now.
So I just want to see Jade and Bianca win the titles from Asuka and Kairi. And as I said, this is more to do with what happens afterwards. So yeah, I'd have Jade and Bianca win. And this way, you can have Jade under Bianca's wing for a little bit just to elevate Jade's wrestling acumen to that next level. She's got everything else down to a T, just a little bit more in-ring work, and we're already there. So what happens after Backlash is they tear through the women's tag team division for a few months, looking unstoppable until they quite literally hit a point where they are unstoppable. No other team can take those titles away from them. So after reaching that stalemate and without having any challenges to be fed, Nick Aldis comes up with a proposition. Since both women have elevated the titles to such a height that now none can surpass, and since they're still hungry and desperately looking for that next step, why don't we take the women's tag team titles and merge them into one singular title? And because we're on SmackDown, I'd assumed it'd be the Women's United States Championship. And then, as those titles get merged together, you have Bianca and Jade compete against each other to crown that inaugural champion. And I said I could have perhaps seen this happening at a King or Queen of the Ring show, but that's a bit too soon for that to happen because it's only in a few weeks' time at this point. So maybe SummerSlam or something a little bit afterwards. But have them win here at Backlash. Have them be extremely dominant. No one can beat them. The stalemate. What can we do with these titles? Well, let's merge them together to create a women's mid-card title for them to then fight against.
I like that.
Can't confirm that's all he's got written down.
I
That
saw
is
you
all I've
reading
got
it.
written
I was
down.
like, what's
I was
he
just
doing?
making sure he wasn't skipping any lines.
No.
he might have written.
The next one is the novel.
No, that's not what he was worried about.
Wait, what? Oh, for God's sake! I'm rubbing my thighs again. I've got to stop.
So
I need to stand up.
obviously the big thing that this would leave it would be the removal of the tag team titles. But then I was
Yes.
thinking, but do we need the women's tag team titles? Because most of the women are singles wrestlers, or at least allies who compete in singles matches, who can compete in singles matches. And would it be more beneficial to have a mid-card women's title? And I think the way the division is at the minute, which is getting quite stacked in the singles
Yes.
ranks, I think maybe that would be more useful. I feel bad for the Cowie girls.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the Kabuki Warriors.
Chelsea and Piper.
Chelsea and Piper. Although I guess they could do like a bodyguard, a Shawn Michaels Diesel thing, I suppose. Although they were tag team champions. Weren't
They were.
Yeah, they were.
I think, though, that the ends justify the means. All I want to do, man. Yeah, as Corey would say.
Yep.
It's a yes from me.
Thank you.
It's a yes from me as well, because that's one thing I just want to see happen is the Sisters of Destruction, or whatever they're going to call themselves. Just whack the Kabuki Warriors, because it's interesting where it would go. Who do you have them beat down the line? They're the
Well, that's it. Yeah,
Who's
that's
gonna
what I
beat
was
them?
thinking. And then for a little while, you can have, as I said, Jade sort of just under the wing of Bianca for a little bit, just to build up that wrestling acumen. And then when you get to that point, you can just be like, well, there's nowhere else to go. Let's just merge them and then have them fight for the inaugural championship.
I like that a lot.
Thanks.
Especially with the women's North American title down on NXT.
Yeah. Would we that? Well, I guess then if it's a United States one, we'd have to make an IC one for Raw as well.
True.
Synergy.
It's all yeses so far.
Woo-wee.
My next one concerns the IC title triple threat, which, when I last checked, was taken off the Wikipedia page. So I don't know what's going on there.
No, it's not on the Wikipedia
Was it
page.
ever officially
Really?
announced?
I don't think it was ever a thing, was it?
Oh,
Right.
wait, I thought it was.
Yeah, me too, but it's not on the Wikipedia anymore.
For their Backlash.
Yeah.
I feel like it was on the Wikipedia page
It was,
yesterday.
and then it got taken down. Yeah, I checked.
Oh,
yeah.
ass.
But I've still kept it in because I
Yeah.
feel like there probably will be an IC title defense with Sami Zayn
Yes,
being French
yeah.
Canadian. Yeah, Ross is going to check now, unless it's gone back up. But the match that I saw was Sami Zayn in a triple threat defending against Bronson Reed and Chad Gable.
That's what I saw as well.
Right,
That's
yeah,
what I've built mine around.
Very curious indeed. Have you
I
found
don't think it was ever a thing.
That's so... Oh, well, there you go. You got us.
Right, well, let's assume that it'll take place.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to.
Well, I think, have you also got one?
Yeah,
for it?
yeah, that's
I feel
my
like
big one.
Me and Andrew have both come up with this wild idea that Sami Zayn will be defending against
Yes.
Bronson Reed and Chad Gable in triple
Yes.
threat. So that's the match, Ross.
Yeah.
Right.
As the bell rings, Otis immediately runs in and attacks Bronson. They brawl to the outside and smash through the timekeeper's barricade, maybe put each other through the announce table, and they're down. I've put with lots of N's. They're down. In the ring, Chad Gable's very pleased because this was all part of his plan to get Sami Zayn one-on-one again because he knows he can beat him. He focuses on the ankle like he did in the last match, but this time Zayn has become prepared and does everything he can to avoid and counter Chad's leg-based offense. The match continues, and it's really good. But eventually, Sami goes for the haluva kick, and Chad moves at the last second, and Sami kicks the turnbuckle and turns away, holding his leg and hobbling, which Chad grabs and grapevines into a devastating ankle lock. The champion's in trouble. Sami tries several counters to no avail, tries to kick out, but Chad grimly holds on, and Sammy looks to be on the verge of either submitting or passing out from the pain. When a bloodied and battered Bronson finally makes his way back into the ring and breaks the hold by just splashing Chad, because it's a grapevine, isn't it? So he splashes him. Bronson picks up a head of steam now in the match, throwing both opponents around, and when Gable calls a reluctant Tozawa into the action, looks like he's gotten desperate. Tozawa gets on the top rope. He really doesn't want to do this, but his boss has ordered him to, and he jumps onto Bronson, who catches him on his back because he's big and strong. Then Maxine Dupree gets called in by Gable as well. She jumps on Bronson's back too, but he holds them both up like John Cena.
Oh.
I think he could do it.
Oh, yeah, big time.
With Gable horrified at the strength of Bronson, he's blindsided by a haluva kick from Sami Zayn, who covers him and retains the title, with Bronson still trying to get those members of Alpha Academy off his back, and Otis sliding in just too late to break up the pin. This sets up various things. Sami can move on to other challenges for a while. Maybe Dijak, who recently got called up. Maybe Tama Tonga. Ooh. We also get a mini feud between Otis and Bronson, which can get blown off in a big boy match at a secondary pay-per-view, leading hopefully into a big babyface turn for Otis and the rest of Alpha Academy, breaking free of Chad's oppressive regime and leading to Otis beating Chad, maybe at SummerSlam.
Nice.
The Otis swings it for me. It's a yes. It's a yes. The big boy match against Bronson, the SummerSlam story, the babyface turn. It's a yes from me.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Otis versus Bronson Reed.
Oh, yeah.
Big beefy
Oh,
lads.
yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
You still need the Meat Planet division. Just get all the big boys in.
Did they have the Meat Planet? No, it's
not an
just
official
Wade Barrett,
division. Yeah.
Barrett, wasn't it, that was talking about it? Oh, that would be kind of cool though.
Progress used to do that. They had the Atlas Championship.
Did they?
They've still got the Atlas Championship, but it was recently held by Ricky Knight Jr., who's not. He's quite a
Just
small.
throw the Speed Championship in there, you know? Get that Speed Championship in there. Why not?
Well,
Just fight for that.
yep.
Yep.
Really?
Nope.
On the main roster?
No, don't do that.
It's because it's Pete Dunne's little show, and you're. Yeah.
What?
fair
Do you
enough.
like Pete Dunne?
It's a little show. He's
little show.
producing matches for it, apparently.
Yeah. No, that's very good. I like it a lot. There's a few similarities between that and mine, but we'll see what I It's not that similar. It's not that similar.
Ruined your
I guess I'm
pictures.
saying it's similar because it's just the same match. Things are different, you know?
Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay, thank you.
Go on, lad. You give us yours.
Right, this is for Randy and Kev versus the Muffed and Solo Sikoa. The match is going along as you would expect, with the heels healing and the babyfaces babyfacing. We get to something we've never seen before in a match involving any Bloodline member, and that's a spot where Tama Tonga is running the ropes like the demon that he is. I love it when he does that. He's changing all of the directions, but he's going so quick that Kevin Owens and the referee are bamboozled, and the referee takes a thwacking from Tama when Tama was aiming for Kevin. That's right. I'm pitching a Bloodline referee down spot, and I feel like a filthy slut for doing so. All of a sudden, as if by magic, a person wearing a black hoodie.
Oh?
I'm not going to bother asking Joel to come over. Joel's got a nice new black hoodie, and everyone down here is going mental for it. Come on, Joel, get yourself in. Let's have a look at your hoodie.
Everyone's got Mendel for it.
Oh,
It's
everyone
just
down here, look at
nice.
this.
It's just a really nice.
Look
at
him.
that.
Look at it. What a stallion.
That's a sexy black hoodie.
Good hoodie.
We're all in black.
We are
We
the men
all
in black.
With the bloodline.
Yeah, we're the Bloodline.
Yes,
But
we are.
just
There's
as
nothing
cool.
wrong with that statement.
Oh no! Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way.
No, I know.
No!
No, it's okay.
What would our taunt be, Andrew? Looking each other in the eyes and going,
I hate this video so I knocked over my water bottle.
Oh, it's closed. It's closed.
It's all good.
Right then, all of a sudden, as if by magic, a person wearing a black hoodie is seen running through the crowd towards the ring. The hoodie-wearing person hops up to the top turnbuckle and nails a shoot Uso splash on the stricken Owens before revealing himself to be Jimmy Uso, who has been kicked out of the Bloodline and hasn't been seen for a few weeks, but obviously he wants back in. It's the natural thing to want, isn't it, when you're Jimmy Uso? Jimmy is standing next to Solo Sikoa, laughing and giggling, saying, "Ooh, look what I did, fake boss," before wha-bam! Samoan spike to the throat of James Uso from Solo. James is writhing around on the mat as Solo stands over him, but somehow Jimmy, even though he's on the brink of death because of the Samoan spike, he somehow manages to sort of point behind Solo, where the camera sort of reveals another person in another black hoodie. This person nails a shoot springboard moonsault on Kevin Owens, who is still down from the Uso splash, before nailing what I believe they call a spaceman plancher on Randy Orton, who is bamboozled and looking on from the ringside area on the outside the ring. Somehow, This person has done these moves without their hood leaving their head, by the way, which is an incredible achievement.
Oh.
The larger person in this black hoodie gets back in the ring and stands next to Solo Sikoa, who is laughing and doing evil boss gestures with his hands in his new little saucy gloves.
Ooh.
I find them so dainty, his little gloves.
Oh, the little, like, oh my God, that wasn't dainty, was it? What, the little, like, hitman gloves, the driver gloves?
So little
They're
dainty,
quite
aren't
They
they?
only go down like half the head.
Yeah.
Then Solo says, "Secret man, reveal yourself." Something like that. The hood is taken down to reveal Jacob Fatu, of course, who goes from smiling along with Solo to stern in a second as he delivers a shoot Uranagi to Solo Sikoa
Ooh.
before spaffing Tama Tonga next week as well, with an impressive move a man of his size shouldn't be able to do. Jacob stands over Solo and Tama, and he says, the camera picks it up, him saying, "By orders of the tribal chief."
What?
Fatu gets out the ring. Orton slithers back in there, and it's an RKO for the finish, and the baby faces win. We then learn on SmackDown that Roman Reigns had sent Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu, they're not brothers, because nobody made Solo Sikoa the new tribal chief outside of Solo himself. Cue warfare within the bloodline for many months ahead.
But why did Jimmy splash the babyfaces first?
Did he?
I don't know.
Yes, he did. Because he wanted to get back at the thing here.
But did
It's
he
all
wanna go-
mental. It's all the play of Roman Reigns. It
Okay,
hasn't
okay,
made
okay.
sense at times. That was my rationale.
I mean,
Okay.
that's true, yeah. The stuff with Jimmy definitely hasn't made sense in certain places, but...
Maybe I forgot what I wrote at the start of the pitch. But we learned that definitely Roman Reigns has sent Jacob. Forget about Jimmy.
Oh.
Who cares about Jimmy?
I thought it was going to end up being Roman and the Usos against both of the Usos, against the new boys. But this is a different. The Jacob being on the babyface side, of on the Bloodline Wolf Pack, effectively.
I just think it would be a nice thing to keep Roman's name on TV without Roman actually having to be there or wanting to be there, whatever his status is currently. Solo and Jacob, loggerheads.
I didn't quite agree with the way Jimmy got involved, but overall, I'm giving it a yes.
Oh, thank God for
because I think that maybe what I suspect they're going to do, and I think we all think Jacob Fatu is going to join Solo's faction.
Yeah.
That might sort of, like, everyone will be like, ooh, new person. Maybe Tama will get a bit lost in the shuffle, or maybe Jacob won't be received as well as Tama. Like, they're both going to be now diluted by the presence of the other one, whereas this keeps both of them relatively fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah. No, I like it a lot because it is, as Jack said, they're different from what I think it's going to be as well. So it would be really cool to see. And I guess if Jay's not involved in it for now, then it levels up the playing field a bit, doesn't it? With Jimmy and Jacob on one side, and then Solo and Tama on the other
There's going to be
side.
someone called Jacob and someone called Jay. And someone called Jay.
There's lots of Jays.
He'll get a new name.
Yeah.
He'll get or a cool nickname like the Muffata Tama Tonga.
Oh, that stands for the mother.
What?
Doesn't it?
I thought everyone was saying it was like My Family Tree.
I think it's mother
Swearing.
flipping Tonga. Yeah,
Fair, that would make more sense. Solo's a naughty man.
he is a naughty man.
He's called the Mother Flipping Tonga.
I'm pretty sure.
Tama Tonga.
Joel, am I wrong? Joel, am I wrong? Tell me.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm right. I think that's what it is anyway. Joel's not going to check.
I don't know why that's tickled me. That.
Really? I'm pretty sure it is. Again, I might be wrong.
I am the Mother Flipping Tonga.
Could have called
Tama
him
Tonga.
TMT.
It is.
Could have called him.
It is mother effing Tonga.
Wow.
Could have called him the TMT. Tama Mother Effing Tonga. That would have been
Oh
better.
yeah, that would have been pretty good, wouldn't it? But MFT kind of sounds good.
Also sounds a bit too
TFT
similar to NFT
or TNT.
and Dynamite.
Mm.
It's a yes. It's a yes from me as well.
Yes, from me too. Yeah, big time.
Go on. Andrew.
Final one then.
Take
It
us
feels
home.
like it's bloody sped along. Well,
Yeah, well, I've ruined your.
that's fine because now we get to the long one.
Here we go.
This is where we rack up the minutes, everybody, right? So I'm doing what Jack did as well. We're going to the non-existent IC title triple threat match between Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed. There's a point in the match that sees Bronson place both Chad and Sami on the announce table outside. Bronson goes for a tsunami. I can't do it like Wade Barrett. Off the turnbuckle, but Gable manages to roll out of the way just in the nick of time as Reed collides with the Intercontinental Champion. Gable sees seizes the opportunity. He throws Sammy in the ring, tries to get the pin on Zayn, but he kicks out in the nick of time as well. 2.999. Sammy pulls himself to the corner. Gable tries to hit the Chaos Theory, but in the suplex rotation, Sammy counters. He lands on his feet behind Gable, pushes him into the corner, and sets Chad up perfectly for a haluva kick. Sammy charges toward Gable, but like in Jack's pick as well, Chad manages to move at the last second, and it leaves Sammy's leg hung up over the top rope. Chad smells blood in the water and goes to lock in the ankle lock through the ropes as he did 2 weeks ago in Montreal.
It's different enough.
It's different enough. As he makes his way up the ropes, he stops for a brief second and gestures towards the rampway as if to say, Alpha Academy, come on down.
Yeah.
He did say that his stablemates will help him win the IC title no matter what after all. So as he cinches in the lock, here comes Tozawa, Otis and Maxine, all looking somewhat sheepish to be here. Gable commands Otis to grab a chair, which he does, and hit the vulnerable Sami Zayn to finally put him away for good. Otis gears up, but he's reluctant though. The Academy try telling Chad that surely this can't be the way he needs to win, but Gable, so blindsided by obtaining the championship by any means necessary, just berates Otis before telling Tozawa to do the honors instead. However, because of this little distraction, Sammy's able to fight Chad off, kick him to the mat before tumbling to the outside in agony. Enough time has passed as well for Big Bronson Reed to finally stir to his feet. He blindsides Tozawa by charging into him, leaving Otis and Maxine to check on their flattened stablemate, and seeing Sammy down on the outside and Gable on his back in the ring, Reed quickly scales the turnbuckle to hit another tsunami, but Gable rolls out of the way again. Chaos Theory to Bronson, down come the straps, ankle lock in the center of the ring. So with the submission locked in, Bronson, he tries to make his way to the rope, but just as he's about to touch it, Gable pulls him right back into the center. And at this point, Gable starts shouting towards his students, who are all still tending to Tozawa on the outside, to keep Sammy at bay, don't let him get in the ring. But it's too late, and they fail to notice and stop Sammy, who stirs to his feet, hops up on the apron, and hits a springboard crossbody into a pinning combination. Gable, though, still has the ankle lock tightly secured on Bronson as he's being pinned. This time, like, he's down on his back at this point, so I guess it's kind of like a grapevine. But the ref doesn't see this. Instead, the ref counts Sammy's pinfall for the 3, yet unbeknownst to the ref, Sammy, I guess, as well, and also Gable, Bronson was tapping at 2 as the thing was going on. Sami Zayn retains the title. The Alpha Academy, however, did see this go on, though they choose not to acknowledge it to Gable in fear of his reaction. So they try to console him after the match, but he shrugs them off and heads up the ramp, leaving his students in the ring. We cut to the next night on Raw. Gable comes out to cut a seething promo. He's reviewed the footage from Backlash and, of course, says that the title should be rightly around his waist right now. But before he can say more, out come the rest of the Alpha Academy. They try to apologize and console Gable. They try to be there for him last night, but they see this dark path he's traveling down. This isn't the Gable they know. And to hopefully make things right, they've asked a very special someone to offer a few words of wisdom and advice to get him back on track. Cue Kurt Angle. Angle comes out and says, look, I've been here before. I've been the butt of a joke, not taken seriously, had dead weight holding me back from reaching my true potential. And whilst your friends here have good intentions for you, as I'm sure you have for them, given that you're still keeping them around, a wise man once told me you should always have a contingency plan.
A wise man? No,
a wise man.
No, that one.
A wise man. Oh. Once told me you should always have a contingency plan. So hop in the barricade, come 3 masked, possibly balaclavaed figures that beat down Otis, Maxine, and Tozawa from behind as Chad looks on confused with Angle grinning ear to ear. The masked assailants reveal themselves to be, surprise, surprise, the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile.
Oh, that's better than what I thought.
So I've basically...
Charlie Hart, Shelton Benjamin.
No. So I've basically what I've done is I've taken that where Paul Heyman said to Kurt Angle back in the day, I've got a contingency plan. He sort of like gifts Kurt Angle, Charlie Hart and Shelton Benjamin. I kind of done the reverse thing.
No, I like it. I like that a lot. I like the Creeds and Ivy Nile. They're more, well, they're not at the minute, but they're more capable of being heels than lovable Tozawa, Otis, and Maxine. And then it could lead to like the good former Alpha Academy having to try and get revenge. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Thank you.
It's a solid big yes from me.
Thank you.
Likewise for me. It feels like the right thing to do with the Creeds, especially at this moment in time. rather than just doing not much with
Strap them up.
Don't quite launch it yet, but light the fuse. Don't bring the boom. Just light the fuse.
Like that. Sizzle.
I've got a main event one as well. Oh no, sorry. The main event will probably be Cody, won't it?
Yeah.
But I've got a Bloodline versus Randy and Kev.
Ooh.
Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga beat Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a wild brawl, with the Bloodline really taking liberties, honestly, let me tell you. They continue the attack afterwards, with road agents getting thrown out the ring left, right and centre as they try to break it up. Even Finlay, and as we all know, he loves to fight. Even he is no match. Even the Hurricane is no match. Finally, Paul Heyman steps in to try and stop them. He says, look, it's been enough. This past few weeks, it's just been too much. But he's like shaking and really scared as he's doing it. Tama Tonga gets in his face. Solo steps in between, like we've seen him do the past few weeks. Like, Tama's always been more aggressive towards Heyman. Solo's been a bit more like, but this time, Solo stops and says, Paul, tonight we've proven just how dominant we are, and we've proven that we don't need you. Steps out the way, Tama Tonga clobbers Paul Heyman. He drags him up and holds him in place for Solo to hit the Samoan spike. Heyman pleads and says, no, help now. And just, we know what Paul's like. Just when it looks like he's about to get destroyed, Bron Breakker's music hits.
Ooh.
I can't think of what his music is.
Oh, it's bad at the minute.
Is it?
Another bad Def Rebel number. Generic rock music number 3.
Oh, right. Okay. Bron flies down to the ramp and into the ring. The Bloodline have dropped Heyman and they're ready for him. But he's just too quick. He runs through their clothesline attempt and hits the ropes before flying back with a double spear to both men. Bron helps Heyman to his feet, mockingly fixes his tie because he's still got banter. He's still the NXT Bron we know and love, and walks to the back. Heyman's frozen for a second, looking at the Bloodline on the canvas before him, and suddenly realizes that he needs to get out of there before they recover, and he runs away. Bron has been teased in the past as a Paul Heyman guy.
Yep.
I think Heyman introduced him on NXT once.
He did, yeah. He was by his side, wasn't he?
When, was it that episode maybe when they brought all the stars down?
Yeah, John Cena.
Yeah. And I think that, at least for now, it would be good maybe to have Bron rescue Heyman, but I don't want Heyman as a babyface for too long.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know whether to turn Bron fully babyface or just have him as like this tweener who doesn't really care. As long as like he's saved Heyman, but he's not like a blue-blooded whatever, blue collar good old boy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But that's what I had. Bron saving Heyman, but Solo and Tama still winning the match. Probably pinning Owens because they don't like beating Orton, do they? But
No.
I'm a big fan. Because I hated Bron's appearance on Raw this week where he's whispering like a fisherman. You see his promo? It wasn't Steinerish at all like we know from Bron. It was just like, oh, hello, I'm here to...
he needs to get the banter back.
Because the one misstep in NXT history has been the presentation of Bron Breakker being someone who needs to take up fishing, Andrew, to get away from the loudness and the lights of the professional wrestling world.
Okay.
It was they were doing these vignettes to try and give an insight into the character behind the character, but it was still in character.
Yeah.
And Bron was talking about the different lures he uses, the different weights.
Oh.
It's good.
Yeah,
Exciting.
It wasn't good at all.
No.
But his promo on Raw this week reminded me of Fisherman Bron. So to get him away from Fisherman Bron, and for Paul to bring out the Bron we know, is a yes from me.
Yeah, I quite like that. Even if it means that Bron Breakker isn't a Paul Heyman, like, he's not on his side
He might not be
necessarily
like,
on TV.
him there
Like
with all of his
yeah. But like, if it sets something up for down the line somewhere, when maybe finally the Bloodline stuff has concluded, and then we do eventually get to Bron Breakker and Paul Heyman being a thing, I think that would be a nice thing to allude back to. Sorry. So yeah, I quite like that.
Thank you.
I think it's good. It's a yeah from me.
Yes.
Aye.
Ooh, yeah.
Come on.
Ooh, yeah.
No, I'm not rubbing my thighs.
Right, I was heartbroken when Braun Strowman returned like he did on this week's Raw, and let me tell you for why. They were broken. I didn't fix them. I accepted them. They opened the door. We can be family. These were teasers seen in the QR code during last night's NXT as we're sat here on the Wednesday, the 1st of May. Can you believe it's May?
Yeah.
There was also talk of, and I'm going to butcher this one, Kintsugi. Don't know how you pronounce that. One of those two options will do. I googled this and find out it's Japanese art that repairs broken stuff with stuff that makes it better than it was originally.
Oh, that makes sense.
Ultimately creating new pieces that are even more beautiful than it was before it was broken. So, after Damian Priest defeats Jey Uso in the kind of match that solidifies Priest as a main event man, the JD are in the ring celebrating when dash cam footage of a car starts playing on the Tron. Not too dissimilar to what we saw on Raw this week. Did you see it?
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's very spooky.
The dashcam footage then shows a sign saying, Leon, le next turn off, s'il vous plaît. And the arena goes dark. Eerie light.
It's like his machine gun. It's Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. They're coming.
I can't believe it. They're here.
Eerie lights then come back
The
up.
Marseille City machine gun.
Is it because it looks like
Michigan,
yeah.
Oh.
They pointed where Detroit is.
Because of David Blaine.
Yeah, Shazam.
Shazam. It's all because of the magic. Eerie lights then come back up after the arena's been put into darkness, and seen at the top of the ramp is Bray Wyatt's door. Cool music starts playing, and I know that's
Cool music.
fat chance of that happening with Def Rebel these days. Yeah, just like that. One by one, 5 hooded figures walk through the doorway and stop at the top of the entranceway. A 6th hooded figure walks through the door and takes off his hood to reveal the Uncle Howdy mask. Then that's removed to reveal Bo Dallas, who I would like to see in this pitch presented by the name of Taylor Wyatt. But crucially, Uncle Howdy is no longer a thing because it was rubbish. Let's not try and pretend it was good.
No.
Uncle Howdy was bad. Taylor is here on behalf of his brother to complete his brother's work, is the story here. Taylor makes the other 5 people walk slowly towards the ring. There's a standoff with the JD, and needless to say, the 5 people thwack the JD, including the world champion Priest. After the beatdown is done, the hoods are removed, and revealed are... It's timed horribly, this video, but Braun Strowman, Alexa Bliss, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and I'm struggling for a 5th, so I went with Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes.
Whose release
Yeah.
in this pitch was a poorly tasted work. But remember, Kintsugi, broken toys made better and all that, and he is the most broken, you would argue, in the rest of the world today. Braun and Eric then pick up JD McDonough, arguably the most broken member of the JD after his head was bedazzled by Logan Paul's knuckles on Raw with the Super Bowl rings, not WCW's pay-per-view, and they kind of ceremonially carry JD up the ramp like the Ministry would do with people back in the day. The show ends with the Wyatt 6, as they are revealed to be, standing tall, having taken JD hostage. Then they'll go on after this show to use JD as like some kind of scheme to launch against world champion Priest. He's got the intel and all of that. He's a broken boy that can use him to their advantage. And then Taylor Wyatt, whatever Bo Dallas is going to be called, he then chooses who goes after Priest after a big bloody debut. That is then.
Baby.
I really like that.
Oui.
Yes.
Oui.
It's a yes from me.
Yeah, it's a yes from me too.
And I didn't even think of that, but yeah, why would they bring Braun back if they're doing all these teasers? Why would he not be involved in the?
Because you watch that documentary, you can't help but get a tear in your eye.
Yeah.
It's
Especially when
such
Braun's
a good
talking.
documentary. Yeah, it's really good.
It's a yes. Yeah,
It's a yes from me. I still think that. I mean, Braun could definitely still be a part of it. It could all just be a ruse, couldn't it?
It would feel weird.
Yeah, he's hanging out with Jey Uso,
Yeah.
going yeet.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
I'll get you,
American
Patrick
football
Mahomes.
I really enjoyed what Meltzer said about Patrick Mahomes.
What did he say about Patrick Mahomes?
Baby face.
He said Holmes on Raw was presented as a heel, even though he's a babyface. I was like, what? He's a real man.
Is he not a heel if you don't support the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, but he was in Kansas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Kansas City. But it's just the fact that Meltzer assigns real people babyface heel alignment.
I guess he helped out Logan Paul, didn't he?
Now he's a heel.
Yeah, he's a heel
now.
But he said he's a heel. He was presented as a heel, even though he's a babyface. Which, yeah. Right. Well, we've done all the pitches just in a weird order.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We don't care about the rules here.
Nah. Well, we've rigidly stuck to that order for a while now. But yeah, we don't care anymore. And, why not leave your pitches in that comment section down below and let us know what you thought of our pitches as well and all the fun things. We've got a lot coming up for our Backlash. It's called Backlash France, isn't it?
Backlash France,
Coverage
yeah.
of Backlash France. We've got predictions. Mm-hmm. We've got these pitches, obviously. We've got live reactions.
Yes, youtube.com/cultaholic/live. I can't remember the UK time, but it's earlier because obviously it's an international pay-per-view. So.
Adam said to me 6:30 p.m. UK time, but I don't
I
know.
saw 5:30, but that might have been France time.
Yes.
It makes sense because it's an hour before.
Yeah.
So don't quote me on that, but it
Why
might be
30
around then.
Are
I
they
don't
doing
know,
a
yeah.
half-hour pre-show.
There must be. Well, they're doing a kick-off event on the Friday, aren't they?
Oh, are they?
It was mentioned on Raw. Yeah. I don't know. AJ Styles is on it. Cody Rhodes is on it.
Okay.
I imagine it's going to be a bit like when Pat did the show around WrestleMania weekend. Something like that, I imagine it's going to be, but it's on the Friday.
WTF moments?
Yes.
Jeez.
That'll be live on Sunday. I forgot that's a thing I do.
It is.
Yeah, that'll be live on Sunday.
And I'll be doing What Happened At, which will come out soon after the pay-per-view itself. Thank you very much for watching our 9 wonderful pitches. And remember...
Oh, he's got one.
Oh, yeah. La vie est une proposition Et puis te meurs.
Puis te meurs.
Thanks for watching.